Well, hello there, everyone. It is John C. Morley. Welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. It's another fantastic day. I'm trying to do some streams during the week live on site. Today, I'm at another beautiful spot here at Montclair State University, coming here to do some studying. And I said, gee, why not come and actually do my show here live? So it is great to be with everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Good morning, everyone. If you'd like to get something to eat or to drink, whether it's hot, cold, feel free to do that. I had something before, so I'm good at the moment, but I do want to take this moment to say welcome to everyone. A very big, big welcome to everyone. If you're coming here for the first time, and if you're coming back, of course, a big welcome back. I always appreciate those that come back. This whole week is about decoding the modern life. Right? How do we decode modern life? To understand, what's going on and things like that. I think that's an important thing for a lot of people to realize that decoding modern life and understanding it basically under a microscope is what I like to say. So I have my glasses off today because I'm using my laptop, and with the polarization of the laptop, I won't be able to see. All right. So again, it is so great to be with everyone. If you are new here or not, and you don't know about believemeachieve.com, why not check that out? I'm actually broadcasting right now, kind of in the back patio of what used to be the old Montclair Diner here at Montclair State University. So they've opened a new restaurant now, the 1908 Club. But I'm just basically diagonal from University Hall, which is over to my right, your left. There's nursing and graduate school, and then there is the student center, which is diagonally in front of me there. All right. So again, do check out believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. And we're trying to broadcast live at a lot of different places. So if you have a place in New Jersey and you'd like me to broadcast there, well, reach out to me because I would love to pop on over and do a show at your place and give you some free PR. All right. So let's get this show started because, again, I have so much to share with everyone. First, as I said, a very big, big, big welcome back to Inspirations for Your Life. This is the daily motivation show where I decode the rules of modern life, success, and happiness, one story at a time. Oh, who am I? I'm John C. Morley. I'm a serial entrepreneur, engineer, specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, graduate student here at Montclair State University, and of course, a passionate lifelong learner. And I am dedicated to helping each and every one of you achieve your best self, to become a better version of yourself. Today's episode, Modern Life Under the Microscope, takes you deep into the unspoken social rules, the quirky ones, the boundaries, and the internet etiquette most of us navigate away from every single day. Ready to elevate your life and tap into practical wisdom you can use right now. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter what your age is. It's just there's some different nomenclatures to how you'll respond to depending who you're communicating with. You're in the right spot, guys. So let's dive in. Everyday social rules talks about some great stuff. And this is series 4, show 46, episode number 3. So let's just dive right in. The read receipt. You remember that, right? Power move ever left someone on read or felt the sting when it was you? Well, we all know the tension that amounts from that. Read receipts have become subtle signals of interest, urgency, and sometimes power. Are you using this feature as a mindful way to communicate or a shield to dodge uncomfortable replies? Harnessing digital transparency can build trust, but it's all about intention. I said this before, guys. Everything we do in life has to be about intention. We don't just show up. Of course, there's some great spontaneous moments, but we have to make the choice to show up. So, number 2, why group chats are emotionally exhausting. The group chats promise connection, but often they deliver too much drama, fatigue instead, and you're hit with endless notifications, side conversations, and pressure to respond. Emotional bandwidth shrinks faster. Consider, setting boundaries. mute the threads, catch highlights, and connect individually for deeper relationships. I think that's what it's all about, guys. So, number 3, how to ghost politely. There's never a polite way to ghost, right? Does that even exist? Yeah, no pun intended. If we all heard about ghosting, but is there a kinder way to exit digital conversations? I've even found it in my own life where I have found people to be younger, older than me, and then they just decide that they don't want to communicate anymore. But rather than saying they don't want to communicate, they just decide to blow you off. I think that is the most rudest thing. Everyone has the right to do what they want to do, but I think we need to be respectful of others. So if I don't want to hang out with you, I used to say, hey, look, Mike, I had fun the first time, but I'm just not really liking our vibe. It's nothing personal. I just don't really like connecting with you. The truth is, gentle honesty wins every time. So in one of these situations about, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, I had befriended someone. We were great friends. And all of a sudden, you know, they were blowing me off. Like, other things were taking priority. I'm like, hey, you want to do that? That's fine. But if you set time with me, all right, you're going to show up. Because if you do that 3 times, I'm just going to block you. But I'm telling you that, right? So he decides right away he's just going to ignore me and block me. When I call him, he ignores me. So I think that's just rude. So again, if you need space, just say so. Ghosting leaves questions. Honesty offers closure. We don't need to be ghosts. We can live in our world and be respectful human beings. We don't need to be, quote unquote, this crowd, that crowd. And I'm not going to name different generations because it's not the fault of one generation or another. It's just a specific time in life and what that means to everyone. So be thoughtful. Would you like it if somebody just like blew you off? I'm not just talking about a date. I'm talking about a friend. Maybe you're playing racquetball together at school, and suddenly he just decided or she decided to just like blow you off, right? Because they had something better to do. Hey, look, John, I know we're supposed to play racquetball today. My sister's in town, or my girlfriend's in town, or my boyfriend's in town, or whatever it is, and I really want to hang with them. I'm sorry to do this to you last minute, but is it okay if we reschedule sometime? Even if it's last minute, it still has respect. All right. A respectful goodbye, a respectful can we reschedule can be a powerful act of kindness. Kindness is something I think a lot of people in our world, they're missing, right? They are missing. Number 4, the new rule of double texting. Is double texting desperate or just assertive? Ugh. So the stigma is fading. If you have something meaningful to share, don't hesitate to follow up. Authenticity beats outdated etiquette every time. Now, I mean something important. Hey, we're going to the concert, right? And then you text back, oh, gee, you know what? We're changing the restaurant. We're going to Freddy's instead of Melinda's or whatever. That's okay. But don't be somebody that's like, oh, we're doing this. Like, don't be that guy that sends this text and that text and that text. You've all been there before. Number 5, why people lie about being busy. Have you ever said you're busy, you just need a break? Most people do this. It's become social shorthand for protecting our time and energy. But I want to tell you, you have your right to set boundaries. You have your right to say no to people and say yes to yourself. You have your right to do these things. You have your right to take your time. But I don't think it's your right to be rude. I don't think so. The key, value your boundaries and honor others with empathy, not judgment. Now, if you say to somebody, hey, you know what, I'm kind of doing something, I'm busy. No problem. You say, hey, I'm busy, right? And you're really not busy, well, that's a problem. Or say, hey, what am I doing? Oh, I'm going to say, oh, can I come along? So that's when people get evasive. But in the beginning, please try to be kind. Number 6, the psychology of ignoring DMs. Why do we put off digital messages? Ugh. This has gotten so out of hand in the last couple years. Sometimes we fear conflict or just feel overwhelmed. If you're on either end, remember a thoughtful response beats a rushed one, and not everything is as urgent as it seems. You could simply just, give a thumbs up or give I'll get back to you. Like, don't let somebody hang. I think that is the rudest thing that anybody could do, whether they're younger than you, whether they're older than you, right? And then I've had people that, like, they're textaholics. Like, they text, and I'm like, I'm not really a texter. And I say that mean that I don't know that I not that I don't know how to text. I say that because a lot of the younger generations, they're expecting you to get like an instant response, right? And I'm like, hey, I'll text you, but just I want to let you know I don't text like immediately right back. I will get back to you, but it might not always be right away. Like, if you text me about something and it's important, I'll get back to you. But if you're just like texting me every day, like, that drives me out of like insane. All right. So why people, number 7, say no worries when they're worried. This is crazy. Isn't always worry free. It's often a polite buffer for genuine concern or discomfort. Try reading between the lines and responding with empathy, not just politeness. When people say no worries, and they get with a very like casual nonsense, oh, no worries, dude, no worries. That's fine, but like, oh, no worries. Like, it depends how you say it. No worries. Um, Number 8, when haha doesn't mean funny. Haha covers awkwardness, masks annoyance, or fills silence more than signals genuine humor. Like, you're talking to somebody and they don't like what's going on. Haha, you're real funny. Like, they're being sarcastic and they're just trying to like change the thing there. Or haha, yeah, let's change the subject. Next time, ask yourself, is this laughter related? Is it real? Or is it a stand-in for something else? In other words, is it a replacement? I think that's important. Number 9, the quote unquote like as social currency. Now, everybody wants a like, right? Means affirmation or something times just social obligation. But remember, real validation comes from within. Likes matter in the digital world, but your self worth should never hinge on a tally. Okay? You guys know I'm all about true content. I'm all about sincerity. I'm all about trust, right? Um, I love to have you like me, follow, and share, but I don't want you to do that if my content doesn't resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, then hey, come on and do that. By the way, guys, if you have a restaurant, if you have a place that you'd like me to visit and broadcast from, I would be happy to do that. Pretty simple setup. I just use a laptop. We'll probably get more elaborate as we move on. But again, I really like doing these outside lives. I mean, they're just a lot of fun. A lot of fun, guys. So number 10, why silence feels like rejection. I know we've all been there, right? Unanswered messages or pauses in conversation can trigger insecurity. Maybe the person is just busy. Is this a person that generally doesn't respond right away? Like, I don't respond right away. Like, I made a new friend a few months ago, and I said to the person, hey, look, I just want to let you know that if you text me and don't get back to you, it's nothing personal. It's just that I don't text immediately. So if you're like on your phone and you're like texting and expecting, like, I'd rather talk to you on the phone, right? Combat this, ladies and gentlemen, by strengthening your own confidence. Sometimes silence is just someone's pause. It's not them pushing you away. So take a chill pill, relax. All right. I was on my way here to school today, and when I was doing this, there was a car, okay? And this car was behind me. There was a red light, okay? The light went green, and as soon as it went green, I went a couple seconds after. He's immediately flooding the horn. And so I do this, like, like not a middle finger, just like, calm down. Some people, they're late, I try to get somewhere, get up earlier. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I do exercises, okay? Figure out what you need to do to get your day going. Sometimes if I'm running really behind, which can happen once in a blue moon, maybe I don't take a shower. I come back home later in the afternoon and take a shower, right? So number 11, 1-1. How emoji tones change everything. A simple emoji can set the tone friendly, sarcastic, teasing, or something sincere. You use them to add warmth, hopefully. But remember, digital tone sometimes needs extra clarity. So the most important part of the message, and we've talked about this before, it's not what I say, okay? It is how I say it. Like, how are you doing today? As opposed to, well, how are you doing today? That how you doing is like, I really don't care. Maybe I want to walk. I'm like, oh, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Like, that's sincere. Some people are like, oh, I'm doing great. And you? Or somebody just says to me, oh, how are you? Or hi, how are you? Like, they're in another world, right? So you've got to not take this personally. Some people, like when I do my hikes, I got to tell you, if I say hello to 10 people, 2 people just either ignore it or like don't even respond. Or like, oh, yeah. A lot of times I'll say good morning or good afternoon to somebody, and the one person ignore me, but the other person, I'll say it aloud. I'm like, oh, good afternoon. And then they'll respond, and the other person in front will respond. Sometimes it's just they're in a daze, or sometimes, they're not paying attention. Number 12, why people overshare online. Sometimes social media feels safer than true intimacy. Sometimes. But be careful, guys. If you're going on vacation, don't like let out your old personal story, your whole like secrets. That's a good way to get robbed. Oversharing can be a call for connection or a way to process feelings. Now, what I found is that some of the younger generations, when they're not okay with feelings, you know what they're going to do? They're going to just block you. They're going to say they're busy. Some people don't even have the stamina to be able to build friendship. Why? Because they don't have confidence in themselves. Balance opens with self-care, okay? And of course, privacy. If you want to have a friend, guys, you need to be a friend. That's important. Number 13, the etiquette of canceling plans. Again, it happens, right? As I said to you, that thing happened I was explaining to you about. Plans change. Life happens. The new etiquette, cancel clearly, kindly, and promptly. Hey, Joe, I know we're supposed to get to have a meeting tomorrow for lunch. Uh, I have to reschedule with you, or I need to cancel, and I need to get back with you the end of this week to reschedule sometime. One of my family members is coming in, or this is happening, or that's happening. But be honest about it, right? People appreciate honesty over ambiguity. If you don't want to share the reason, like, hey, Joe, I know we're supposed to get to lunch together. To be quite honest with you, or you can just say, hey, my parents are in town, or my boss suddenly came into town, or whatever it is. I work for myself, so I have my own boss. But or maybe it's something like, hey, I just found out I won this, and I need to go take care of this, or whatever. Or I just found out that this concert's going to be in town, and their last concert's at 2, and I really want to go see them. Respectful. Number 14, why people post soft launches of relationships, a subtle photo, a hidden tag. These soft launches let us share joy while protecting privacy. It's social strategy for modern era. The thing today, you say one word about whether it's our president or whatever. I mean, I remember, I think I was telling you, I gave a compliment about our president doing something. Now, I'm not saying I was on one side or the other side. I vote for the cause, not the party, Republican, Democrat. So even though I am Republican, I do vote independent. I will tell you, though, that it was crazy because we were at this event. And first of all, these people at the event, heard me say this. Said, gee, that was a great idea. He did that. As soon as I did that, it's like this wall went up. They went to go get coffee, get donuts. They said, do you want anything? But then they left and they ate their coffee and donuts away from everybody else because apparently they were excommunicating me. I mean, that's just rude, guys. Number 15, the secret language of group selfies. Who stands where? Who takes the shot? Groupie selfies are full of silent signals about relationships and inclusion. Make space for everyone and capture real memories. And nobody wants to be like alienated, right? You remember being on the team in high school or maybe in grammar school where maybe you weren't the jock at the time, and nobody wanted to pick you because, let's face it, you were not good at athletes, right? I remember we were doing indoor hockey. Now, we weren't doing the hockey which had ice because our school didn't have an ice rink. This school does here at Montclair State University. And so what's happening, which is pretty interesting, is that we were playing with, the pucks and the sticks, and we were playing on just the gym floor. And this wasn't a gym floor like the wooden floor, because that you would be caught dead doing that. This was just like a regular, like concrete floor that had little speckles in and stuff. So it wasn't a full gym floor. And so, you play these games. And so I remember the first time I didn't get picked. Second time I didn't get picked. Third time I didn't get picked. Eventually I got put on somebody's team, right? It just wasn't like the top two teams. So all I did after that, I kind of like sulked, but then I went and on the team that I was chosen for. And I just looked over at the gym instructor, and I just shook my head. And he looked at me, and he didn't say anything, but he was like giving me this look that he was sorry. And so the next time we went to pick teams, he said, we're going to do something different today. I'm going to ask the people that I want to be captain. So I got to be one of the captains. So as being a captain, I got to pick people, right? Of course, I would pick people that were athletic, but I'd also pick people that weren't athletic, that were my friends. And so I remember at the end of this, he said, sports is about inclusion. It's not about exclusion, regardless of your level. That doesn't make you be an A student or a D student. What makes you be the A student in gym, because this was hard to understand, is do you do the right things? Are you here on time? Do you have your gym clothes? Are you dressed and ready for gym at 10 o'clock? So are you down here at 9, let's say 9:40? Are you getting dressed in under like 10 minutes, and then being on the floor for 10 o'clock and sitting, a teepee style ready for calisthenics? And so the other thing that's also important is your attitude. How well you try. It doesn't matter if you get the goal or not. At least you're trying. And then the attitude of how well you're relating to everybody. And our instructor got up, and this lady, because it was this one instructor and then the other person. And in both times, my grammar school and my high school, I had a lady and I had a gentleman that was, running the class. In I think in grammar school it was called gym. In high school, they got a little more formal. They called it phys ed, physical education, because you get the physical education award from the president and all that. Anyway, he said something before class about how grades are determined. And he said something else. He said, I want to let you know that also involves how you pick. Are you always just picking people because they're the best? I'm going to be watching for what I see, because it will be affecting your grade. Was one guy who was pretty athletic, a jock. He's up there, and he's friendly, but in acquaintance kind of way. Not somebody I'm going to hang around with, but somebody that would be, let's say, kind to me, but not somebody I'm going to hang around with. Also someone that's a jock, and I'm not a jock. So I remember he got picked, and I was like, oh, here we go again. And the professor, I'm at college, so I'm saying professor. The instructor said to me, don't worry, I promise you it's going to be better this time. And first person that got called, I was picked. I'm like, yay, yeah. Other people got called. So they picked let's say the non-jocks first, then a few jocks. And so what that did was it took one of the students who basically who was going to get a B to now getting an A, because it's about people, right? So why people crave validation in our crazy world, but deny it, is most of us long for approval. Even if we won't admit we want approval, understanding this can unlock stronger self-esteem and deeper bonds. Number 17, how to disagree without the drama, I should say, because everybody does it with drama. Conflict doesn't need chaos. My favorite one is, I want to agree to disagree. Validate the feelings. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Joseph. I understand that you're not happy with this decision, and I disagree, or I want to agree to disagree with you. That's a polite way of doing it. Validate their feelings, okay? Focus on the issue at hand, not the personalities. Remember that respectful disagreement fuels growth. in that time of the phys ed class, if I was there now, I would say, hey, whoever, let's say Mark, Eddie, hey, Eddie, I know I'm not a jock. I know you're a lot better in athletics than I am right now. I'm smart. I'm into technology. I'm into computers. I'm a whiz at what I do. But for me, you know, let's say throwing a baseball or, putting a basketball in a hoop, it's not easy for me. And I have to tell you how I feel when I get left last on the team. That's how I would have handled it, right? When I'm in computer class with you and you don't know what's going on, I don't bash you or say, gee, you don't know what a function is or you don't know what a variable is. I don't do that. I help you. I guess I was just hoping that we would at least, even though we're not best friends, at least maybe we could at least coexist together and kind of be amenable. And from that moment, this one kid, his name was Eddie, nice guy. He was somebody that would always play the game, but he's not somebody after that point that would throw me under the bus. In the beginning, he would throw me under the bus, but no more. He started understanding that we had a commonality. All right. Number 18, the rule of three in small talk. 3 questions or topics, then move deeper or gracefully exit. This trick keeps conversations lively without awkward stalls, right? Number 19, why people apologize too much. Sorry can be a habit for many. Practice saying thank you instead or be direct with what you need. Confidence builds respect. Oh, thank you for the time. I appreciate it. Number 20, guys, just kidding as a defense mechanism sometimes hides discomfort or honesty. Pay attention to these moments. They often signal deeper truths ready to come out. 21, why compliments make people uncomfortable. Many people deflect or minimize compliments. Practice receiving them with a simple thank you. It affirms both you and the giver. And just time for one more point. We're really out of time here. People hate voice notes. Voice notes are more personal, but can feel time consuming for others to, get involved with. They're awkward. So choose the right forms of communication, depending on the relationship before you send it. And remember, LOL can be a challenge, right? Aggressive LOL isn't laughter. It sometimes is a soft jab to, hey, you, are you really doing that? I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Be sure to check out BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Be sure to tag, share, and tell everyone out about this if it resonated with you. Have a good one, everyone, and be well.